Good morning. This is Ramo Singh, SLA Legal Advisor. Today, I have a topic on administrative law, nature, scope, and its importance. As per Friend words, the administrative law relates to the nature and operation of the official power. The administrative law can precisely to be said a study of the multifarious powers of the administrative authorities and their control. The nature of the power exercised by the administrative authorities can be studied under the following heads: a legislative, rulemaking, judicial or executive, and purely executive. Administrative law is mainly concerned with the control over the exercise of above powers by the administrative authorities, administrative agencies, and Professor Wade has rightly stated the organization, the methods, the powers, and the control by the judicial authority of all public authorities is the ambit of the administrative law in UK. यूके में जैसा है वैसा इंडिया में भी है. ही फर्दर सेज एज ए सेकंड अप्रोक्सीमेशन इन द डेफिनेशन administrative law may be said to be the body of the general principles which govern the exercise of the powers and duties of the administrative agencies. Scope of administration and administrative authorities. And this is only one part of the mass of the laws to which the public authorities are subject. All the details law about their composition and structure through in the sense related to the administrative law lies beyond and the proper scope of subject. And Professor Casey Davis writes administrative law as the term is used limited to the law concerning to the powers of administrative authorities and whatever the actions executive do take. It does not include enormous mass of the substantive law. Scope of administrative law in India is similar to the UK. How scope of administrative law in our country is similar to the UK. The problem before us is to prevent the potential threat to justice and encroachment on our freedom. Justice to the citizen of India and our freedom from others. Administrative law intends to prevent the growth of an autocratic rule by the administrative authorities. Administrative authorities cannot take autocratic decision, so that administrative law plays a very vital role. Thus, administrative law is primarily concerned with the judicial control of administrative powers. Judicial control of administrative power. How the judges give their decision on that this is reasonable and this is not reasonable and this is discretionary, it is under discretionary or not under discretionary. That suggestion comes from the administrative law. The rules of the judicial control are generally described from the some basic principles of the constitutional law and rule of law and principle of natural justice. Constitution, rule of law, and natural justice. All these are followed. Secondly, discretion must be far as possible be regulated so that it may not be abused. We know that administrative authorities take some discretion or discretionary decisions that should not be beyond the rule of law and natural justice, and reasonableness should be there. They cannot take arbitrary actions and fancy way. There are four sources of the administrative law. There are four principal sources of the administrative law in India. Constitution of India is one of them. The Constitution itself has provided for the creation of the several authorities, bodies and agencies. Constitution में सारे bodies है. Moreover, it has devised as an extensive mechanism of control over the various kind of the powers of the administrative authorities. For example, Article 32 extends protection against the infringement of any fundamental right of any citizen. Article 226 confers power on the respective High Court to provide appropriate remedy in cases of violation of fundamental right. High Court के पास है. 136 special jurisdiction upon the Supreme Court to grant leave to a special appeal against any judicial or quasi-judicial order. And Article 311 ensures protection to the public servant against any illegal disciplinary action by the superior authorities. कोई छोटा बड़े को, बड़ा छोटे को एक्शन ले सकता है. एंड आर्टिकल 299 हैज फिक्स्ड कॉन्ट्रेक्चुअल लाइबिलिटी ऑफ द गवर्नमेंट. मीन्स government is a principal and officers are the agents. Second, act and statutes as a source of administrative law. So whatever the act passed by the parliament are there, and statutes passed by the parliaments are there. They are also the source of administrative law. Different acts and statutes passed by the time to time constitute the second most important source of administrative law, and several administrative bodies are created under such act and statutes which elaborately define their powers and functions as well as the modes of their control, and most of the powers of the administrative bodies are derived. And delegated legislation also becomes a potential source. Delegated power, जो whatever delegated power been given to the executives, they perform their actions and they make some regulations that are under that. Ordinances, administrative directions, notifications and circulars. Ordinances are issued by the president and governors under Article 123 and 213 respectively. In cases of exigencies which have the force of law for a particular period, such ordinances generally give rise to additional power to administrative authorities in order to meet urgent situation. Whatever the requirement are there to take decision immediately, and there are some ordinances, administrative actions, directions and notifications that become the source of the administrative law. Fourth one is the judicial decision as source of administrative law. In the last 2 decades, a spate of judicial decisions of Supreme Court brought about revolutionary changes. There are several decisions given by Supreme Court that becomes the precedent, and they are as a source for this administrative law. And liberalization of the locus standi rule giving rise to PIL and the expansion of the scope of the judicial review to cover up even those administrative actions which were considered judicially excluded either expressly or the account of the penalty. And the role of the judicial decisions have been commendable in laying down several new principles of the administrative law concerning judicial control of the administrative action in India, and have increased the accountability of the administrative authorities for exercise of their powers. So whatever the power exercises by the administrative agencies and administration, that comes under the judicial review, and on basis of the judicial review, Supreme Court, High Courts give some source to the administrative law. Principle of natural justice. What is principle of natural justice? The term natural justice signifies certain fundamental rules of the judicial procedures. There are certain judicial procedures and that must be followed, and defined to mean fair play in action. According to Lord Vijay, the principle of the natural justice were those fundamental rules, the breach of which will prevent justice. अगर उनका ब्रीच हो जाता है तो जस्टिस को रोकता है. एंड बीइंग सीन टू बी डन, जस्टिस सीन टू बी डन, दिखना चाहिए, जस्टिस दिखना चाहिए. जैसा आजकल कभी दिखता है कभी नहीं दिखता है, हमेशा दिखना चाहिए. The breach of which will prevent justice from being seen to be done. It has meant many things to many writers and layers in the system of the law, including an approximate synonym for divine law, and also a form of just gentium and common law of nation. The divine law means क्या है? Whatever ये moral बातें करते हैं, what is morality and what is moral, what is divine law, that becomes the source. कहते नहीं है ये पाप है, ये पुण्य है, ये इससे ये अपराध है, वो डिवाइन लॉ उनसे लेते हैं. द फ्रेमवर्क ऑफ द स्टैट्यूट अंडर विच द इंक्वायरी इज हेल्ड, द ओल्ड डिस्टिंक्शन बिटवीन द जुडिशियल एक्ट एंड द एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव एक्ट हैज वेदर्ड अवे. प्रिंसिपल ऑफ नेचुरल जस्टिस, even an administrative order which involves civil consequences, expressions, civil consequences encompasses infraction, and that must follow the rule of the law. rule of natural justice, merely property and personal right, but of the civil liberties, material deprivation, and not pecuniary damages. It is a wide umbrella comes effect citizen in its civil life. What in his civil life, citizen के civil life में जो भी चीजें आती हैं, that must be followed by the principle of natural justice if there is any decision. The principle of the natural justice are those rules which have been laid by the court as being the minimum protection of rights of the individual against the arbitrary position. No arbitrary actions can be taken and no arbitrary decisions can be given to infringe the right of the civilian. How then have the principle of natural justice being interpreted in the court and within the limits are they are up to confined over the years by the process of the judicial interpretation? Two rules have been evolved as the principle of natural justice in judicial process, including there is a quasi-judicial and administrative process. No one, there are two principles. No one shall be a judge in his own cause. कोई अपने ही काम में जज नहीं हो सकता है. Nemo judex in causa sua. This is essentially the rule against bias. It means conflict. There should not be a conflict of interest. आप बेटा बाप का फैसला नहीं दे सकता है या आप कोई भी काम नहीं कर सकते हैं. जैसे हम लोग सर्वेयर है, अपने घर की गाड़ी का सर्वे नहीं कर सकते हैं. ये सब नेचुरल जस्टिस के फॉलो अप है. एंड नो वन सेल बी जज इन हिज ओन कास्ट. एंड एक कराई पाक केस, द पर्सन वॉज बोथ ए मेंबर ऑफ द सिलेक्शन कमेटी एंड द कैंडिडेट. वो कैंडिडेट भी था, सिलेक्शन कमेटी मेंबर भी था. और हालांकि उस अपने केस में वो नहीं बैठा हुआ था वहाँ, लेकिन फिर भी वहाँ पे कॉन्फ्लिक्ट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट था, इसलिए नहीं सही है. ऐसे ही सिलेक्शन कमेटी में कोई भी आदमी अपने रिलेटिव को सिलेक्शन नहीं दे सकता है. इसी तरह से डॉक्ट्रिन इज स्ट्रिक्टली अप्लाइड इन द क्वासी जुडिशियल एंड जुडिशियल बॉडीज टू बिल्ड पब्लिक ट्रस्ट. ये पब्लिक के ट्रस्ट को बनाए रखना होता है ताकि वहाँ पे ये ना कहा जा सके कि ये बेईमानी हो गई जी, यहाँ चोरी हो गई जी, ये खुद भी अपने भाई भतीजे भांजे को रख लिया जी इन्होंने. ये है लेजिस्लेटिव और एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव फंक्शंस. Hence, President may assent to a bill indemnifying him of the legal consequences of his own conduct. Similarly, policy bias. In policy bias भी नहीं होना चाहिए. Legislative decision making is inevitable and tolerated. This is because the legislative decision affect people in general and are not assumed to be directed against the particular person. And no one shall be condemned unheard. किसी भी आदमी को बिना सुने उसको पे फैसला नहीं दिया जा सकता है. इसीलिए आपने देखा होगा कि दूसरा पक्ष को सुना जाता है. एवरी पर्सन हैज ए नेचुरल राइट टू डिफेंड हिमसेल्फ अगेंस्ट एनी एक्शन. दिस मीन्स दैट ए पर्सन हैज ए राइट टू नो व्हाट एक्शन इज बीइंग टेकन अगेंस्ट हिम एंड व्हाट ग्राउंड इट इज बीइंग टेकन. And also the person is entitled to an opportunity to make representation before the authorities and opportunity to make representation against such action, and the authorities are enjoined to give reasons for the action after considering the representation. बिना representation सुने आप कुछ नहीं कर सकते. Whenever an order is struck down as invalid in violation of the principle of natural justice, there is no final decision of the case and the fresh proceedings are left upon. All that is done is to vacate the order assailed by the virtue of its inherent defect, but the proceedings are not terminated. Natural justice. There are some exceptions. Principle of natural justice, although are required to be complied with, it is well known for the exceptions. One of the exceptions also been laid down by the S.L. Kapoor versus Jagmohan के केस में दिया गया था, wherein the Supreme Court held the principle of natural justice of no exclusionary rule dependent on whether it would have made any difference if natural justice has been observed. अगर नेचुरल जस्टिस वहाँ पे कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है तो नेचुरल जस्टिस का फॉलो नहीं हुआ है तो उससे कोई बहुत बड़ा अंतर नहीं पड़ेगा. द नॉन ऑब्जर्वेंस ऑफ द नेचुरल जस्टिस इज इटसेल्फ इज ए प्रिजुडिस टू एनी मैन. किसी भी आदमी के साथ अगर नेचुरल जस्टिस फॉलो नहीं होता तो उसके साथ बायसनेस सही है. लेकिन इफ इल कम्स फ्रॉम द पर्सन हु हैज डिनाइड जस्टिस, जिसने डिनाई किया है, अगर वहाँ से इल आती है तो नहीं एक्सेप्टेबल है. लेकिन अगर कहीं ऐसे ही प्रोसेस में कहीं पे कुछ होता है जिसकी वजह से कोई नेचुरल जस्टिस फॉलो फर्क नहीं पड़ता है तो वो एक्सेप्शन में आ जाएगा. आशा है कि आप लोगों ने समझने की कोशिश किया है, समझे हैं. तो लाइक करें, सब्सक्राइब करें, शेयर करें, आगे बढ़ाएं. थैंक यू वेरी मच. थैंक यू.